Uh, not this. So going back, that's why I'm on selecting that. You're only bringing the state and region from it. So don't forget we are always on checking this, on ticking this box, and let's select it and see. You can see the information here that we have no null value. No null value here. We have the information from all the cities from the right and the left hand side, except for the city of Houston and Dallas. We have no null value here. These are all matching features. When we say matching features, we don't expect to see any null value, because that means there should be features that are present in both tables. So that's what that means basically. So going back to the table here, we can see that all the null values didn't come with it. All the null values didn't come with it. So I hope that explains what is happening in inner join. So with that, we can rename this as inner join. So barring any question, I think we can safely move on to the next kind of join, which is, let's try the full outer now. Let's do the full outer join. So what does full outer join mean? Let's see what that means. To me, it really means, let me open this is our little diagram. This is full outer join. It means bring everything from the left and bring everything from the right. Everything. So it's a summation of left outer and the right outer. So let's just get on with that and see what result that produces. Okay, let's first, as customary, let's check here first and see what to expect. I think this just gives us an idea of what to expect. So when we are seeing null, when we are seeing empty, we know why. Okay, let me just no fill. Yes, I think it's better. So bring everything from the left hand side. Everything that has to do with it. Everything that has to do with the city column on the left hand side. This is it. Everything here. So let's bring all the information. Don't forget state and the region with it, just everything. Oh, sorry, I think I left out this. So I'm highlighting it just to denote what we are expecting. So this is it. Then bring everything from the left and from the right hand side. Everything that has to do with all the cities there. So that means everything here from here to here, with Houston. So that means we are going to bring these two, what's it called? The state and the region and all these null values as well, because it's everything that has to do with this stuff here. So everything. So bring everything here. So that's it. So we are going to have this. Don't forget, I'm always selecting from left to right, right to left, just to emphasize what we are going to expect. So that means we should expect everything. All the tables, all the cities, Dallas, Houston, and all the matching cities, all their values, both null and actual values, we are going to see everything with full outer. So let's just go ahead and do that. Starting from transactions, because that's our baseline. So we do this again. We do merge queries, merge query as new. Okay, transactions. We are matching with cities. It will give us a list of all the queries we have now. So we are with cities query or cities table. The city is the matching column. We are using full outer join, means all rows from both tables. Bring all rows from both tables. So this and this. Let's select this. So let's see what we have. Let's expand the cities table. We don't need the city. Okay. We can see that we have everything. It has brought in Dallas and its null values for state and region. It has also brought in Houston. They will all come under a table, under one table. It has brought in the value of Houston, the state and region, for Houston. So it's not showing Houston as a state. Why? Because we unselected Houston. If I had selected states, cities, let's try that and see. Let's try that. Let me delete this. It's just for test purposes anyway. We've not been doing that with the previous ones. Let's do the merge again. Merge query as new. Where are you? Cities column again. Selecting cities as our matching columns. We are doing full outer, everything. Okay. So let's see. So if you had selected, if you had said it should bring in cities as well, that means from the cities column. If you say bring it in, we'll see Houston here. Houston as a city will show here. You see? So it's going to bring into cities. See, it's going to bring the entire table for this, for the cities table. It will bring its own cities column. It will now bring the entire table. So it's like we are seeing the whole of this. It's like seeing everything like this. This is what we are seeing. We are seeing everything because I did not unselect the cities column here. So it's bringing city, region, and state from the right, So we have it here, the cities, the city, region, and state from the right. It's showing the city. So it's just a replication of city column. We have city column here, and we also have city column here. So they are just like a replication, of the same column. That's why we normally untick that box for city, because we already have it existing in this table. So I'll just, if I can edit that, I doubt it. Okay, let me unselect city. Yes, I can unselect that, the city, and do that again. So that's removed the city. What I did was just, to, go back in time. If I can use that clause, just to unselect the city column. So here we have it. It has brought in everything with the non-values, for both tables. Everything is brought in. So that is full outer. Let me rename it full outer. Then we move on to the second to the last. Let me just use the shortcuts rather than, okay. Now let's talk about one of the antis. Is it left anti or left and right anti? Where are you? Sorry, just merry-go-rounding.
Mr. Jide, I think Mr. Damis or Damilola Emmanuel's hand is up.
Oh, so I didn't notice that. Okay, Mr. Dami.
Sorry,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir. Please, can you recap that part where you were bringing out the full outer joint? That is when the whole thing is populated. Please, can you recap that part?
Okay, let me go back to the.
Sorry.
Okay, no problems. Are you talking? Okay, this is full outer. Are you okay? Let me go back here. Let me. I did two things here. There was the first part, or the first part of it. I did not include the city column from the right hand table, and the second one I included the city column. Are you referring to one of the two, or the entire understanding about full outer?
Yes, the entire understanding of the full outer.
Okay. Now, for full outer, let me go back to it. Let me show you. This is join kinds full outer. This is full outer. Full outer means bring in everything, all the information about the left-hand table and all the features, all the value, about the right-hand table. So it's a combination of left outer and right outer. See, left outer, we are bringing this, everything about, we are prioritizing left and bringing only matching features from the right. For right outer, we are prioritizing right and bringing only matching features from the left. So if we add this and this together, it's like bringing everything here from the left, prioritizing the left and prioritizing the right and bringing the matching features. This is it. Prioritizing the left, prioritizing the right, and also bringing in the matching features. So it's a summation of left outer and right outer. Then that being said, I can also use the Venn diagram to illustrate that as well. Not you. Oh, this is right outer. Bring in everything. Is a union of both tables. If there are 3 tables, whether there are 1 or 2 or 3 tables, you can match columns from 3 tables. It doesn't have to be, but most times you can't do 3 tables at a time. Most times, practically, you can, if you have 3 tables you want to match, you can first do a merge. You can do a merge of 2 tables. Then when you have a result, a merge of the result of merging 2 tables with the third one. So it's like you do 2 first, then the result you can merge it. So you really can't do a merge of three tables. It's unlike append, that you can append 3 or 4 tables together at the same time. And that is stacking up. But merging is a VLOOKUP. You can only do 2 tables at a time. That's why most times when you see them illustrate joints, they use two entities, A and B. So we are doing a union of everything, bringing in everything that is in table 1 and in table 2. So that being said, let's look at the data set one more time. Okay. Now, this is the left table and this is the right table. And remember, I've said that when we always have it, we have at the back of our minds that when we are talking of bringing the values or the features that has to do with a table, it's the reference here is the matching columns, because we are matching with columns. If I said, okay, if it was if the reference was to a table or was about a table, if you are saying bring in everything that has to do with the left, that means I can just bring in everything here, because everything here is on the left, even with the null values. If left after means bring everything, because ideally Texas, Houston as a city has null values here on the left hand, on the left hand side. There are values, there are values generated and there are null values, 0. So, but it's still recorded as 0, as null in Power Query. So it is not if I say bring everything from the left, it's not bringing everything like this. That's not what it means. It means because we are matching, it's always about the columns we are matching with. Bringing everything from the left here. Now let's look at our city column. That is the matching column. Everything from the left is here. These are all the cities existing on the left-hand table. So bring in all the information about all these cities, and all the information about it with information you can even see on the right-hand side. So bringing all the information means bringing all the information about it you have on both tables. Let me put it that way. Bring in all the information on city column here that you can find on the left-hand table from both tables, all the information. That's why I've brought the 2 tables side by side, and I've already populated all the information where there should be null. I've put null, because this is how the data will be generated. The values that are not existing, that are on one table, not on the other table, will be given null values. So bringing everything here means bringing everything. So let me select this so that it doesn't confuse. I'm bringing everything that has to do with this column. So don't forget it's from Waco to San Antonio. So this is it. everything up to here. That is it. So now, is this part clear?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Mr. Dami,
Yes, sir.
is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
So this left hand is clear, everything. Now let's go to the right hand now. Right hand means bringing everything that has to do with all the cities in city column on the right hand side. All the information that has to do with it. So we have all these cities are here. They are here. And Houston. Remember that Houston is here on the right, on this table here. We have it, if you check from the beginning, this is the cities table. We have Houston as a city here, but it's not on transactions table. You know, we only have Dallas that is on transaction table, but not on cities table. That's why here for the left hand side, it has also brought in information about Dallas because it's about bringing everything about all the cities that is existing on that cities column from the left hand side. So that means we are bringing everything that has to do with all the cities. These are the cities here. Let me highlight it. And these are the cities here. Let me highlight it. Now, is this our part clear?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, is this part
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are
very
bringing
clear.
all the information, but we don't want to bring in because we don't want to bring in because in the final table we don't want to have two cities because this is like a replica or a representation of how our final table will look like. So we don't want to bring in everything so that we have city and city, two cities.
And see, and you
Sorry.
have one. That may have two cities. We need to make the cities together. So we have in the two tables. We want to use one city out of the two
Exactly.
tables.
We want to use one
Okay.
city in the
Okay.
two tables. So that means I'm not good. That's why I left a what's it called a column in between them so that to say that I'm not bringing in this city column, but it doesn't mean that we are not referring to the all the values in that city column. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means I'm bringing in all the information about cities column here, all the information that we have here. I'm bringing in the region, the state, the profit, the discount, everything about it. If it doesn't have any values, I have to bring it in because don't forget, for the right-hand column, for the right-hand table, I brought in everything from the right hand plus information from, for the left hand, I brought in everything from the left hand plus its corresponding information on the right hand. That means from the left hand, I'll bring in all the information it has on the selected columns on the left, on the right hand, plus the corresponding information it has on the left hand. That means if I were to select both tables, I could have gone that if, assuming I'm bringing in the city table as well from both tables, I would have just, the thing, what would have happened is this, I'm selecting, these are the cities existing here. I'm selecting them plus all the, don't forget, corresponding information we have on it. This is it. So it's bringing this and also bringing this as well with all the corresponding information it has on it. So that's where the null value will come in like this. This is what we have ideally. But because I'm not bringing in city, I'm unchecking it. That's why it's going to like blur out the information about these cities because I'm not selecting it. So this is it. So this is what we have at the end of the day. So is this clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Or do you have any question at this juncture before I proceed to the next stage?
No, if I got you clearly, I just
Okay.
want to recap what I understood from what you just explained now.
Okay.
Yeah, from the left hand side, that's from the left outer table,
Yes.
then
It's
everything
not
that
left
has to do
outer.
with
From
city.
the left hand table. Left outer
From
is
the
a kind
left
of
hand
joint.
table, yeah.
From the left.
Okay,
Yes.
from the left table,
Yes.
everything that has to do with city
Yes.
in the left table,
Yes.
bring it out. Everything that has to do with city in the right table,
Yes.
bring them together. Then we now work on the data.
Yeah, it's a merging, yes. It's a merging of all the information we
We now
have.
merge them together. Okay.
Exactly. So that is it. So because that's our final result. That's what is happening in full outer. It brings down the information.
Okay.
Because essentially what we are trying to do is merge column. The beauty of it is that this looks a bit tricky, but with practice, it's not as difficult as it seems. But the good thing is that I know in practice they don't use all these. They don't often use all these full outer, right outer, left outer, left outer. I think majorly what they use is left outer and inner. They do the same work. So we won't have to, you don't have to battle with all this every day, but it's just for us to understand what is happening, that, okay, this is what it does. Because what we are trying to do basically is just to do a merge. What we are doing here is just to bring in this one table, this another table, transaction table. We only want to bring in the state and the region. That is everything we are doing. You can see the only changes made here. This, we still have this as this. We have only, in the final table, we have only brought in state and region. So all this wrestling is just about bringing in state and region. But you just, okay, what other thing will it bring in? It's still bringing in state. At the end of the day, either full outer, right outer, whatever kind of join, it's going to bring in only state and region. You understand? It's only to bring in state and region. You are now, all the other thing is just, okay, we some joints will bring the null value. Some joints will not bring the null value, the null values. Some join will only bring values that are appearing in both tables. So it's now left for you to know, okay, I want to bring in state and region. What kind of join do I want? Do I want to bring in the null values? I mean, the values that are on the other table but not on the table. But most times in practice, I don't think, because when we design a data model, normally we create, normally we are given this transaction table, normally we give us a transaction table, then we now create our own cities table out of this transaction table, or in most cases, they might have created a cities table for us out of transaction table. And more often than not, 99% of the time, all the cities that we have here are present here. They are not, because normally, because this transaction table is gotten from day-to-day activities. People, for instance, people coming into a store, for instance, to make purchases, either as a corporate customer or maybe from different segments of the society. So normally, whatever information you have on cities will be information where people have purchased from, except in cases maybe they have a situation where maybe they have a list, maybe the company has a list of all the cities in the country. That is their lookup table. Perhaps in a particular month, the people that came to buy from the store didn't come from all the cities, from all the cities in the country. So that means there are some cities that will be here that will not be in the transactions table. Do you understand that? Hello?
Yeah. Yes,
Or
yes,
am I speaking something different? I don't know. I just want to be sure I'm making sense.
I'm following.
Okay,
Even
because
I'm not
I'm
getting
only painting a
100%.
scenario where you have cities, where we have two tables that you are compared together that will not have, that you are matching the columns, matching a particular column that will not have the same values, or that will have different values. That's why I just painted a case. Like, okay, maybe a company, you have two, they gave you two, a data that has transaction and cities. And we have some information on city that are not here. I'm saying that can happen if, assuming they have a master, that they have a master document or a master table that has all the city, list of all the cities in the state, and they gave you a transaction table for a particular period, let's say for a particular month, and they ask you to analyze it. Perhaps there are some cities that are existing in the state that nobody came from to purchase item. So that means in that case, you have some cities existing here that are not in your transaction table. In that case, when you want to do your join, you just do your inner join, the matching for the matching cities, or you do your left outer, the things that are here, everything here, but you are not bothered about cities that are not here. You prioritize your transaction table. Just prioritize this table, and whatever is not here, you leave it out. So so more often than not, you won't use more than inner join or left outer join. That is the truth. But we are just trying to understand, okay, what are the other kinds of joins we have? Because I don't see a scenario. I don't know, maybe Sir David can enlighten us more. Maybe there are cases where she will have to use, maybe she might have had to use other kind of joins. Because from my own little knowledge, I don't think I've ever had to use any kind of join apart from left outer or inner, because to me they can serve the same purpose.
Yeah, I just do left out as well. It's just
Okay.
easy to just do that and get on with the work.
Okay.
But it's good to understand what each one is, the way you are explaining, to us.
Okay.
But make life easy, just use your left outer.
Okay, ma'am. All right, ma'am. So that's what our outer full outer is. So tomorrow we just round off with anti, and tomorrow is Friday. Oh, tomorrow is Thursday. I thought tomorrow was Friday. We'll just round off the entire joint kinds. So you just we have anti left and right anti, left, and that concludes our studies or our lesson on joint kinds. So I don't know if anyone has any other question apart from the one asked by Mr. Dami.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
I want to ask a question. I just want to ask a question. Sorry, I'm disturbing class now, but I may continue to disturb the class because on daily basis now, I'm encountering issue on data now. So I may be bringing some of them to class so that we can also help us through and also learn. I had an encounter today on data validation. Before man of God, I've not done it in my life. And it was a physical experience. They just give you the work and you start sweating on your seat. My God, where did I start from? Well, luckily I was able to use ChatGPT, listen to a short video, and I was able to come out with something. But having done that, what we wanted to solve was we have some list of data names of some documents that we wanted to populate so that when anybody want to type the list of those documents, because you may not know the correct name because most of them are scientific name. So you just need to select from the list you have in the table. But we now want to convert those items to list so that when anybody gets to that particular cell, you don't need to be typing. You have to go through the list and pick one. That's what brought about data validation. I was like, everything we have, we want to convert it to list item, not text box again. So then I was able to do that after a lot of struggle and a lot of sweating on my seat. I eventually got it. Then the question now is, we have some parts that the scroll bar were not working. What do we do in that situation? I was stuck and that some worked, some the scroll bar wasn't working, they were not working. How do we solve that problem? Can anybody hear me, please?
We can hear
Yes.
you, unless you bring it so we can see physically what you mean. Because I'm trying to visualize which
let
one.
me explain now. Let me explain from the table we have now. Let's say on this table now, let's say we have another region.
I think what Mr. Dami is referring to is this. We want to create now I think it's just to make the job tidy, People might want to search for, what's it called, for central, and come in and type maybe send, something not on this list, So just to be sure that whatever input people are putting into the system is what is actually existing. So as me, you want to create, you can create data validation. That's to validate, okay, whatever you are typing is valid. So you just come to create, you might create it on any cell. Maybe this is your choice cell. Just click on this cell, go to the data tab, then go to the data tube ribbon. Let me just trying to show the step now. Data tab, then go to this, under data tools ribbon. This is it. You click on this. It will show you the data validation tool. Just click on that. Then what do you want to allow? Is a list. You want to allow a list. So you come here and select a list. Yeah, saying what is your source, the source of the list. So you have to click on this, make sure that the cursor is blinking, then come and select everything here. This is the source of list and do OK. So when people want to search for anything, you can't type in any value here. You can't type in any value that is not here. You can't type in a value that is not here. It will not see it. Let me assume I want to type in school, If I press enter, it will tell me there's an error. That means it's not on this list, So I just have to, that means the best thing for you to come here, it will give you a list of everything here. So rather than typing, just select, this is just a part of a process. This one does not stand on its own, as in it's not a standalone process. There's a reason why you might want to use this. Probably you want to do a lookup, you want to do a lookup of some values. So this might be your lookup value. You want to look up, okay, you want to check, okay, for the region central, what is the city? Just come here and select central. If you have already selected this cell, M4, is this M4 now? M4 as your lookup value in a formula. So whatever you select here, as you change this, the value of M4 will be changing in your formula. Now it will be east. It will look for the state where, so assuming, okay, it will look for all the states that are in the east region. If you select, I'm just giving an example now. If you select central, then we are saying look for all the states that are in central region, depending on what you want to do. So this is not a standalone active event, It's just a part of an event, but this is just to ensure that whatever you are selecting, is something valid, is from that list. I think that's what data validation is basically all about here. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, but you don't understand your question now from here. Maybe you can.
My question now is because we got a lot of rows in that table. So
Okay.
when you click on the list here,
Yeah.
There was an arrow, a scroll bar scrolling down because of the list of items we've got there.
Okay.
So the scroll bar wasn't moving.
The scroll bar wasn't moving.
Yeah, it wasn't moving. It wasn't moving.
So it's not this kind of button. So it's not this kind of drop down button, I guess.
No, I think what he's saying is that now you only have like 4 items.
Yes.
So what he's saying that in his own, the list was very long, that you have to scroll to get to choose the one you want to choose. Now you have 4. Maybe there he's saying that maybe you have a lot, yeah. And then maybe you have to scroll to the end, to the last one, to now pick the one you want, to pick. He's saying that this in order to get to the last one exactly.
So that means the scroll bar is somewhere around here, right?
Yeah, somewhere there, yeah.
Somewhere here. And when you click on the scroll bar, it doesn't move.
It wasn't moving. Yeah, that's talent part.
Okay. I've not encountered that before. I've not had that kind of experience. Probably something one could look at.
What I eventually did was I eventually went to another tab. I created another sheet.
Okay.
Then I did it there, then it worked there. But on that particular sheet, it's an online sheet that we were using for data migration. So we had to work on that particular sheet. So I don't know if anybody has formatted that sheet before that was actually bringing out that error, but that was what I encountered there. But when I did on a new sheet, fresh sheet, it worked perfectly.
Okay, so sorry, have you checked all the cells, that the cell you used, especially the cell you used? Maybe there's any formula existing or anything.
Check. I
Or
don't know if there is any that I've not checked, but with the little time I was able to check, I didn't see anything. But maybe I'll still check again.
okay, you can just, but you use this on another sheet, and it worked.